students, today I came with a new video and I discuss class 7 classification of animals, chapter number 4, part 3. So let's discuss. So first is vertebrates. So vertebrates means animals with a vertebral column. So animals have a distinct backbone and called a vertebral column. So the vertebral column is basically made up of separate bones, and that's why it is called the vertebrae. And all vertebrates have a well-developed closed circulatory system. So what do you mean by closed circulatory system? Closed circulatory system means that the blood travels inside the blood vessels to all parts of the body. Okay, so the nervous system of the vertebrates is highly developed compared to invertebrates. And all vertebrates have a brain which controls many body functions, you know that. And the vertebrates are further divided into 5 groups, and that are the fishes, amphibia, reptilia, aves, and the mammalia. Okay. So, young frogs called tadpoles, you know that obviously, are like fish and breathe through gills. They also have tails and look more like littles. So, first we discuss the class fishes, that means animals living in water. So, it's a Greek word. Fishes means the fish. So, fishes are the aquatic animals because they live in the water and have the following characters. And the following characters are the fishes are the streamlined body. You can see in figure 4.11, there is a fishes have a streamlined body. So, what is the function of his streamlined body? So, streamlined body means the body is narrow at the front and rear ends. Such body offers very little resistance to water while swimming. So, this is the function of the streamlined body. So, fishes are cold-blooded animals. Cold-blooded animals means the temperature of their body changes within the temperature of their surroundings. That is called the cold-blooded animals. Okay, so their body is basically smooth and slimy, and their body is covered with scales for protections, and the limbs are modified into fins for swimming. And they have a special breathing organs called the gills. This is very, very important. What do you mean by gills? They take in oxygen dissolved in the water with the help of these gills. Actually, this is the function of the gills. So, what is the function of the gills? Gills takes in oxygen dissolved in the water with the help of these gills. And the heart is 2 chambers. For examples of the fishes are the seahorse, shark, rayfish, pomfret, eel, roe, etc. So, next class is the amphibia. Amphibia means animals living on both land and in water. So, it's also Greek word, and amphi means of both kinds, okay? And bios means life. So, amphibians have evolved from fish, thus they can live both in land and in water also. So, amphibians has the following characters. What are the characters? Characters are the amphibians are cold-blooded animals, okay? They have a thin, moist skin, maybe smooth or rough, and they have 2 pairs of limbs. They breathe with lungs on land and through their nose, skin in water. Okay, so their heart is 3 chambers, very, very important. And they return to water for reproduction and always lay their eggs in water. So, for examples are salamanders, frog, toads, etc. You can see in 4.12 figure that is a salamander, that is a frog, some examples of amphibians. Next is the class Reptilia. Reptilia means crawling animals. So, it's also Greek word, and reptilis is the creeping or crawling. So, animals belonging to this class are more adapted to live on land than amphibians. Okay. So, reptilians has the following characters. And what are the characters of reptilians? Basically, they are cold-blooded animals. Okay. And they have a dry skin covered with scales. And most of them spend their life on land, and they have 2 pairs of legs. They breathe through lungs. Very important, and most of them have a 3-chambered heart, okay, except crocodile that have a 4-chambered heart. They lay eggs that have leathery waterproof cells, okay, and examples of reptiles are snake, lizards, turtles, tortoise, alligators, crocodiles, etc. You can see in figure 4.13 that is a lizard, a reptile, okay. So next is the important is the difference. So what are the basic difference, or what are the key difference between amphibians and reptilians? Okay, so amphibians skin is thin and moist, which may be smooth or rough, but in case of reptilians, skin is covered with a horny epidermal scales. Okay, and in case of amphibians, they have a 3-chambered heart, but in case of reptilians, their heart is 3-chambered, except crocodiles that have a 4-chambered. And in case of amphibians, respiration takes place through gills or the lungs. But in case of reptilians, respiration takes place through lungs. So these are the basic 3 differences between amphibians and the reptilians or the reptiles. You have to remember these 3 important lines. So there's a question for you, and the question is, a crocodile has a 4-chambered heart. Is it true or false? So please first you answer the correct answer. First you give the correct answer in the comment box below, and then I will definitely give the correct answer in the next class. Okay, so we have done up to here, and you can read this chapter up to here, and in the next video I will discuss the next parts. So thank you, tata, bye bye, see you in the next class.